Hello everybody. So yesterday a video was put up that showed how to use Star-Lord and the Mandible to make quick work of the daily mission. So today I thought it'd be neat to take a look at mission 12-2, which is a mission that a lot of us run a lot because that combination works really well here as well. With the addition of Captain America, now not everybody has the Winter Soldier costume. If you have him in his baseline costume, he's a decent tank, which I think there's a 1-round cooldown on his tanking stance. So you have 1 round where Captain America will cover for you, then you'll have an off round where basically your whole team is fair game to the enemies, which is fine. That absolutely works. During the last sale, I picked up Captain Steve Rogers here, the Winter Soldier outfit, and it's fun. He's got a lot more tools that can help customize his abilities for your team depending on what your setup is. A lot of times for this mission, because there's so many ranged attackers, I just leave him in his anti-range class, which is good for countering blasters and ranged attackers. And since Moonstone and Boomerang both do a lot of range, the amount of ranged attacks that come towards you outnumber the melee attacks. Like Grey Gargoyle is all melee. Moonstone sometimes uses a punch, but I mean, I guess you can go either way. But I try to set it to range just because Boomerang tends to put bleeds on, and Grey Gargoyle has a debuff that you can't avoid and you can't cleanse. I know I'm kind of rambling, but I'm just trying to go over the thought process. So basically, I tend to focus on Grey Gargoyle first because his creeping petrification, there's no avoiding it. If he attacks you with it and misses, you still get the debuff. So like, there's just no petrifying touch. That's it. Even if that attack missed, you still get the debuff, and I can't cleanse it. So I usually try to get rid of him first, just to prevent him from doing that a lot. And then I'll go after Boomerang because he tends to do a lot of bleeds. So it's all about using the Mandible being buffed by Star-Lord's attacks. So I use the Carapace so that my tech attacks will do more damage, which will buff the Mandible. Not everybody has this item. It's the Small Hadron Collider. It was available from a gold sale. Basically, if you use the first ability here, you'll never miss. So, since most people probably don't have that ability, I'll probably just go ahead and I won't use it either. Normally just for expediency, I will use it because after you use it twice, all of your attacks crit, and if you use it a third time, all your attacks ignore defense, and it just speeds things up. But since most people probably don't have it, I'm just going to try to avoid using it this time around. And I do have the Matrix Cube, or the Synthetic Matrix Cube, and I'll use that for a cleanse most likely. And I understand most people probably don't have that, but you can just swap that out for using an item to cleanse your team. Now, I was kind of talking over most of it, but as you can see, that first round went fairly quickly. One of the things that's kind of tricky about this wave is the Power Armor and the Militant both have a tanking stance or a guard stance. So you have to dance around that to attack who you want. Fortunately, Star-Lord's Spray and Pray has Cornered, which removes it. So, he blasts that, they get the debuffs, my agent gets the buff that he needs. Actually, that's still working. And let's see here. Yeah, I'll go for get rid of the Power Armor first, although I should probably get rid of the Militant. He's a little more annoying. So we're just going to dogpile on the Power Armor to get rid of him, and then we're going to focus down the Militant. I usually save Bowman for last. The Bowman has a stun attack. Yeah, he has a stun attack. But he's really not that big of a threat. But his damage is not that big a deal. And Star-Lord loves to counter attacks. Nice, that was a good shot from the Mandible. Oh yeah, I may have forgotten to mention that. Steve Rogers has one of his ISOs where if he gets hit with a ranged attack, there's a chance where he'll counter with his shield throw. Alright, so he's going to bleed. So, yeah, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to use Quantum Leap, which will put Winded on the Militant so he won't get any more follow-up attacks. And, oh, nice. Bonus. I'm actually going to use one of the healing moves off the cube, just because it's a cleanse and a heal. Get rid of those bleeds. Although, as you can see, Creeping Petrification is still there. Alright, so let's get back on the Militant. Nice. And great, had some debuffs on the Bowman, so he's gone. And now here we are in round 3. I usually focus on Baron Zemo first because he has this ability called Mark of the Baronry? Mark of the Baron. If you get hit with it, you can't protect, you can't counter, and if you make a move, he stabs you in the chest. And it does a lot of damage. So, he's going to be the prime target. Next, most likely will be Hammer, because those are the two guys that get multiple turns. The Tactical Force guy there, he only goes once, so usually he gets saved for last. Good set of counters, good damage. Alright, Zemo hits the Dance of Blood, gets shot for it. Gets shot twice, which is good. So the Mandible is going to be locked and loaded. And again, like, that last shot was only for like 2,000, which might not seem like it's that big of a deal. Normally, if you're using the Hydron Collider and you're going to be hitting crits, that thing does a lot of damage. But the other thing to keep in mind is that I out-leveled the Mandible a while ago. I've been running 12-2 a lot, and as you know, that rakes in the experience points. There we go. It's going to heal him up. I mean, it doesn't really matter if he dies. I'm not doing this for points. Yeah, that'll get rid of Zemo and cripple him. Oh, never mind. Got rid of both of them. All right, so that was a waste of a med pack. But there you go. As you can see, the combo, even without using the Hydron Collider to get the crits, you still will dish out a lot of damage, because Spray and Pray will go off so many times. Eventually, you get the Strengthen buff, and the Strengthen perk is really nice. It does a lot of good stuff for your damage. Getting the EISO for Captain America, where he counters range with shield throw, is also super helpful, especially with those power armors, because all they do is ranged, and it's Captain America gets hit with a decent amount of range attacks, so that's... I lost count of how many times you did it this time around, but you'll get 2 or 3 of those shield throws. Potentially in a fight, it could happen 2 or 3 times. Especially in that last mission where you've got Tactical Force, which is pure ranged, and you get a 50-50 shot from the Unworthy Hammer guy there. He throws his hammer a lot, or uses that Call Thunder move, where he brings down lightning on you, and it's just another opportunity for Captain America to counter with a shield throw. So, that was it. It's fairly nice and easy. I don't know if I got the rounds bonus. Yeah, it wasn't fast enough to get the rounds bonus, but it was still pretty fast. And I'm going on challenge mode just because I'm not quite 300, as you can see. Alright, now for the exciting bit to see if I get any command points from it. Nice! Very nice. Alright, so that puts me in 191. Yeah, so pretty much all those command points were earned from doing this mission. It's, like, as anyone will tell you, if you're trying to grind out command points, this is the place to do it. You need to get Kitty Pryde. She doesn't cost too many command points, and once you get her, you can just set up shop here. It's good. It's great if you're leveling, because you'll get a good amount of experience, especially if you have a team that can handle the challenge mode. And then it's 10 energy to do all those bosses. You get a good amount of experience. And now, because of having Kitty Pryde, the epic boss is here. So I'm probably going to go ahead and fight her. And you know what? Why not? Let's include that in the video as well. What's the harm? This is another fight that could potentially be tricky, because both of them have a tanking stance, but Star-Lord removes that. So you can just go ahead and ignore it, and just to play it safe, because most players probably don't have the Hydron Collider, I'll avoid using that as well. This may have been mentioned. My agent has Hawkeye's Age of Ultron EISO, where he can potentially preemptively count. It's not a preemptive counter, it's an interrupt. He can interrupt ranged attacks. And again, both of these power armors, pure ranged. 90% of the time, Viper leads off with a ranged attack. Every now and then she'll reach for this whip that she has, but it's usually ranged attacks from her as well. Alright, the Mandible's not doing anything special, just 400 points of damage. Nice. Nice interrupt. Ooh, 2 in a row, bonus, and crits no less. Good deal. Alright, spray and pray. Now we'll see the Mandible starting to do some more damage. This guy's got more health. We'll go for him first. And what I like to do is to get flanking on one of them, and I'll use Star-Lord's second ability, which adds stacks of pain. Yeah, trick shot. And then because the guy's flanked, he'll follow it up with another spray and pray. And I just use that move a lot, especially to keep cornered on these guys so I can attack who I want. And those counters from Star-Lord, man, they rip these guys apart. Nice. So the last one was like for 200 points of damage, but you can see there, he just hit that guy for like 2,500. Although it was a crit. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see what a regular attack does. Yeah, see, it went from like 200 points of damage to 1,700. And once I hit level 300, I'm going to reforge it. So the Mandible is going to be doing even more damage then. But once I hit 300, the plan will be to only come to this mission when I'm leveling somebody. Right now, both of these guys, Captain America and Star-Lord, are both level 14 already. So I wouldn't bother doing challenge mode per se, just because there's no reason, unless I just felt like testing out combinations for a hard fight. This probably isn't going to do too much. It's not going to do anything. Let's get some spray and pray going, and that'll do more damage. And once I get his trick shot, I won't be missing any more. But anyway, yeah, like most likely I'll just be going through the non-challenge mode version, which will be even faster because that should be statted to like level 100. So by the time you're 300, that's just nothing. Right. Oh, he does counter. Bonus. And that trick shot puts staggered on, so she can't really dodge anything. Plus I've got combat data going. Let's rest up. And you know what, I'm just going to use an execute. I want to see how much damage it does. Lit Up also exploits some of the debuffs from spray and pray. Not bad. Not bad at all. Curious if I got the mark for rounds. Oh, I did. Nice. So that was, by game terms, that match went fairly fast, which is fine by me. So yeah, if you were able to get 2 pieces of the Formican set, the Mandible and one other piece, combining him with Star-Lord it's just really nice. It's great for 12-2. As you can see, both of those fights didn't take very long. And we're going to get 2 loot rolls. It'd be nice if I got some more command points. Ah, too bad. Oh, well. This makes up for that first aid pack that I wasted in the last fight. So I guess I broke even. 3 command points and a med pack. It's not bad. But the other thing to remember is not to hit the button to exit the map, but you want to go back in and abort it. Because if you 5-star it, then it'll get upscaled to your level, and which isn't really a problem. I might do it anyway at some point just because I'm so used to doing challenge mode. But when you hit 300, you're not doing it for experience anymore. You don't need the experience, and you don't really need any weapon drops. You're pretty much here for command points. So you're better off running through in the non-challenge mode edition unless you're leveling someone, because you can just fly through it and try to get your command points. So, there you have it. I honestly hope that helps some of you. Might not help everybody, but you never know. And then if you missed your chance to get the Mandible, it's always possible somewhere down the road there'll be a daily mission for some of those special weapons and it'll show up again. Someone on one of the Avengers Alliance fan groups on Facebook posted a screenshot of how he picked up Coulson's Revenge from a daily roulette on one of those daily missions. So, you never know. Alright, hope it helps, and thanks for watching.